Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review The Laureate. And this is from writer-director William Nunez, and I don't have a whole lot of knowledge of his previous work, but he brings this story together about Robert Graves, famous writer, who wrote I, Claudius and Claudius the God, which, interesting connection for myself related to this film and this particular figure. I took 5 years of Latin, and like Latin 3 through Latin 4, most Fridays we watched I, Claudius, the mini-series from the BBC that combined those two books. And it's very interesting getting to know the guy who brought this together. Little did I know, he was in a quadruple, very interesting webs that Robert Graves weaves with two women and the one man in his life, that this becomes a really messy story. Because you have Graves and his wife and this other writer and this other writer, this Irishman. You have this American woman and the Graves and his significant other, and he's sleeping with her, sleeping with his wife. Both of the women are sleeping together. This Irishman sleeping with everybody. They're having threesomes. They're doing all kinds of stuff, and you're just like, this is really going some places. And it gets so bogged down by like who's sleeping with whom, who's mad at whom, and what it pushes people to do, and it goes to some dark places. Some of these characters take some dark, intense steps to try to get out of this situation. But what really holds it together is the direction from Nunez. There is like real tangible emotion and tension in a lot of these scenes throughout the film. You feel this conflict because you have Tom Hughes, who plays Graves, and then you have the rest of the main cast, Laura Haddock, Dianna, Agron, Fra Fee, and you have all four of them delivering very emotional, intense performances, and they play off each other so well. There's tons of sexual tension between them. There's anger, there's yelling, there's conflict, and when they're not in conflict, the film kind of feels a lot less interesting. It does sprinkle in some references to like T.E. Lawrence and T.S. Eliot and some of the big names of the time, but really, this isn't a whole lot about Graves individually. It's about this crazy web of just human connection that happens. Everybody's sleeping with everybody. Everybody's jealous of everybody. And what's going to happen, and really when this film culminates, doesn't really feel like it comes together. It offers a whole lot as a whole. It's a crazy ride. There's tension, there's suspense, there's great performances from these actors. But when it really comes down to it, this film never really feels like it adds up to much. And it has things to say, but it's all muddled in this crazy, like, soap opera-y level of ridiculous, like, emotional connections and sexual connections that all these characters make with each other. So, if you're down for that, this might be for you. If not, it kind of, when those conflicts aren't happening, it's pretty mundane period piece and doesn't offer a whole lot besides that. So, this one didn't really work a whole lot for me. Might work for you. Give it a try. But those are my thoughts on The Laureate. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.